Hey everyone, it's watercolor month, so let's celebrate by creating a beautiful watercolor card today. I'm going to show you one of the easiest watercoloring techniques that I know. I'm going to be using the Happiness Abounds stamp set and the amazing Thanks dies. I would love to show you this easy technique. Hey everyone, I'm Terri from nutsaboutsstamping.com. I love sharing techniques and project ideas for rubber stamping, paper crafting, and scrapbooking with you each week. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. Be sure to watch all the way through my video for my bonus tips and design ideas. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yet, I would love for you to choose me. I'll link to my online stores in the description box under this video. Now, let's get watercoloring. Let's have a look at the Happiness Abounds stamp set, which is perfect for making elegant cards. This set has all occasion sentiments to celebrate those you love with greetings in various sizes. What I like about this set is the line art floral images in the set, which are perfect for this watercoloring technique. So you get 15 stamps in the set, which makes it a great value. There is also a set of matching dies, but I won't be using those today. Essential for watercoloring techniques is our Fluid 100 watercolor paper. This is a thick paper designed especially for watercoloring. It's cold pressed and it's archival cotton paper. It's kind of a natural white color. I think it's more of a very vanilla kind of undertone, and it has a subtle texture which is perfect for absorbing the water. When you order a pack of paper, you get 10 5x7 sheets in a single pack. So lots of uses over a longer period of time. So I'm going to start off by using this watercolor paper. I have cut it as a layer for my card, and I'm going to bring in some scrap grid paper and a paper towel to absorb any splashes that may occur when I make this card. Now I have selected several of the floral stamps in the Happiness Abounds stamp set, and I have also chosen a color for each one of the stamps. I have ready one of my Stampin' Spritzers. I've got it filled just with plain tap water, and I'm going to use this to create this watercolor technique. This is so simple and easy that if you've never watercolored before, this is a great way to start. If you don't have one of our spritzers, just get a regular spritzing kind of bottle that you can buy in your local store. So I'm going to start off by using Gorgeous Grape and the largest flower in the Happiness Abounds stamp set. And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to stamp it down onto my watercolor paper. Then I'm going to take another one of the flowers and I'm going to use Sweet Sorbet. So my card is going to be bright and colorful because that's my mood today. I'll stamp that there. This doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about placement. You'll see why in a minute. Now I have crushed curry, and I have a third flower from the stamp set. I'm going to stamp that there. And then I have two of the leaf images, and I thought it would be fun to use Parakeet Party. It's such a bright and happy green, I think. So I'm going to stamp one there and maybe one here. And then I've got this other leaf image, and I think I'll angle it that way, like so. Okay, now what I'm going to do is clear all of these ink pads out of my way. I've got my spritzer, and all I'm going to do is spritz my card. And when I do that, the color starts to run or spread. Now you can add as much or as little water as you want, but I kind of like the idea of the color running. So I'm just going to help that happen by angling my watercolor paper and having the color run. Okay, just like so. And hopefully you can see that the color is moving across the watercolor paper, which is exactly what I had in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside to dry for a few minutes, and we're going to work on adding some other elements that we're going to use on the card as well. The next thing I want to do is take the thanks die from the Amazing Thanks die pack, and I want to die cut it using a leftover piece of basic black cardstock. Now this is quite an intricate die, so what I did was, before the video began, I attached my adhesive sheets to the back of this layer, and I'm going to take it now over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and die cut it out. There we go. I have my thanks die cut, and I'll just use my take your pick tool to poke it out and get it ready to use as a layer on the front of my card. Now I don't know if you noticed this before, but when I was doing my watercolor technique and stamping on my watercolor paper, I got some ink on my finger, and that added a little bit of a smudge onto, there we go, onto my watercolor paper. So I decided to pivot, and I trimmed off the bottom of my watercolor paper, and I decided to make this a layer as sort of a square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this watercolor paper that's ready to go onto a larger piece of basic black. And I will use my Stampin' Seal to adhere it down. You know, sometimes when you make a mistake, it becomes an opportunity for something different. So I've attached my layer like so, and I decided to then make my card base Sweet Sorbet. So I'm going to attach this onto the front of my card. But I think before I do that, I'm going to emboss the card front just to add a little bit more texture and detail and visual interest. So the embossing folder I've chosen is the time-worn type. I think that'll add some interesting detail to the front of my card. So I will stop the video and head back over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and emboss the front of this card. There we go. It's got this really lovely textured feel to it now, and look as well. So now what I'm going to do is attach the watercolor layer to my card base. And I'm going to sort of put it up near the top of my card front, like so. And then I'm going to peel off the backing of the thanks. This makes it like an adhesive sticker. I love adhesive sheets, especially for intricate kinds of dies like this one. And I'm going to, I think I'll move it over just a little bit. Going to adhere the thanks down there. And now it's time to talk about embellishments. I've decided on my card front, I'm going to use these matte black dots, sort of to pull in the black theme that has been happening on my card. And so I think what I'll do is add 3 of these dots. Let's see, where will I put the last one? I think I'll have the last one go like so. And there we go. Now, if you love watercoloring techniques and you would like to learn a different one, why don't you watch this video next? And if you would like a complete listing of supplies that I used and the measurements for the layers and the product ordering numbers in case you want to try this card idea at home, I will link over to my blog article in the description box underneath this video. You can link over there and get all the information you need. I'm Terri. I'm nuts about stamping. I'll see you at the next video.